All right, welcome back. We're here today to work on the sixth chakra, which is the third eye chakra. So we're going to start today with a meditation that will help to activate this chakra. Some of the aspects of when the third eye chakra is in balance is that we're able to have access to seeing the inner and outer worlds with clarity. And also, when the third eye chakra is activated, it helps with the communication between the left and the right hemisphere of the brain to bring them into balance. So that's kind of cool. But the meditation that we're going to do today comes from Paramahansa Yogananda. So this is a form of Kriya Yoga, which is meditation yoga. And this is his main meditation. So in this meditation, we're going to practice on activating the third eye. And, well, I'll talk more about it once we're in it, and we'll just get right into it. Why not? So have a seat. Sit in a comfortable seated meditation position. Sit up on a lift if you need to keep the spine upright. And then close your eyes. So start first with your posture. Really important to help to align the chakras. Even Yogananda, who is this meditation yogi, still he talks about the importance of having your spine upright while you're practicing meditation. So allow the spine to be upright. And then focus your attention in between your eyebrows. And first, just soften. We hold so much tension in this area. And also, we can help to create softening in different parts of the body, like we're going to practice today, by softening from this area, because it can give us direct access into the pituitary, through the hypothalamus into the pituitary, to help to regulate the nervous system, help to trigger the parasympathetic, to help the nerves to relax and calm. So as you feel the softening there across your forehead, specifically in between your eyebrows, now imagine that you could look through this third eye. And what you're looking for as you look through this third eye is light. And according to Yogananda, this should look like a white light with a blue ring around it. Let the breath come and go. When you start to get distracted, no worries, just come back to looking through the third eye. And when this chakra is activated, you might be able to see a 5-pointed star in the middle. Then open your eyes, keep your gaze soft, and come into child's pose. Then stretch your arms forward and take down dog. Step your right foot up to the outside of your right hand. Come up onto your fingertips and start to stretch forward through your chest. Then step your back foot 2 inches closer. Lower your back knee down. Bring your hands onto your right knee and upright yourself. If the step forward went well, it should feel like your hip is balanced over top of your left knee, your left hip. Okay, then draw your navel up towards your heart, send your left arm forward, and raise your left arm up. Then with your right hand, take a hold of your left wrist and reach up and over to the side. Lengthen through the buttock flush towards the back of the knee and lift from the belly up towards your hand. Come back up, turn the palms to face each other. Bring your hands back down and stretch back to downward dog. Then step your left foot up to the outside of your left hand. Lower your knee down. Oh wait, we did the lunge first. Sorry, knee up, come up onto your fingertips and lengthen. Let the top of the left thigh start to drop as you lift the back inner thigh up higher. Then step your back foot a couple inches closer and lower your back knee down. Knee should come like right underneath the hip. And then bring your hands onto your left knee, come up right. Lift through the front of the pelvis, let the tail drop down towards the floor. Then take your right arm forward and reach up. Lift from your navel up the front of the spine through the reach of your fingers. Then with your left hand, reach up and take a hold of the wrist. Reach up and over to the side. Good, then come back up. Turn your palms to face each other. Bring your hands down and stretch back to down dog. Then bring your feet together in down dog. Roll onto the outside edge of your left foot. Take your right arm up. Vashisthasana, side plank. Balance your right hip on top of your left. Balance your shoulders. Open across the tops of the blades and the chest like we learned yesterday. Reach to your heels. Downward facing dog, stretch back. Change sides, roll the outside edge of your right foot. Take your left arm up. Good, now as you hold here, let the head stay back in alignment with the spine instead of hanging forward. Good, then slowly glide back to down dog. Walk your feet up to the front of your mat. Inhale, elongate your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, raise your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, Samasthiti. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, lengthen your spine. Step back one leg at a time into plank pose. Shift forward and lower slowly to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Now remember, you can always modify that. So you can lie down on your belly. You could set your knees down, you could skip it all together. Walk your feet all the way up to the front of your mat. Inhale, make a flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold, let all the air out. Inhale, come up to stand, raise your arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha, flat back, lengthen. Step back and lower slow to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Then look in between your hands. Step, walk, or hop lightly up to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, sit your hips back, arms up. Exhale, fold forward again, Uttanasana. Then take your feet outer hips distance apart. Let's do new school Malasana, flow style. Turn the big toes out just a little bit. And now keeping the center of the heels grounded, slowly start to lower your buttocks towards your heels. Try not to let the feet twist inward. Good. Then join the palms together with the elbows on the insides of the knees. So Stacy makes this look easy. Your hips might get like stuck up in the air somewhere. You could always slide a block underneath your hips, but make sure you stay pressed into the center heel. The feet are gonna wanna twist in like this, and the knees are gonna wanna cave in. Don't let them. Keep turning the inner thigh to the outer thigh. Now lift up from your belly up towards your heart. Uttanasana, fold forward again. Straighten your legs, let your head drop. Now bring the feet together and then slowly start to lower the buttocks onto the heels again. Now this time, lift the heels up a little bit and then split the knees apart. Arms on the insides of the knees. Good. Then plant the hands flat and hook your knees way up high into your arms. Now start to lift your hips and pull yourself up over your wrists. Good. And then maybe lift one foot or both feet. And then start to pull, slide the knees higher up the arms and straighten the arms. Nice, Stacy. Good, then look forward and jump back to Chaturanga. Oh my gosh, you did it. Upward facing dog. Down dog. If the jump thing's too scary, I don't blame you. You could pause, rewind, figure out how to do that, or you can just step back instead. Step your right foot for crescent. Hug your right hip in and then raise your arms up. But the jump is kind of fun once you get it down. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot, crescent. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Keep the chest open as you lower slow, but keep the waist in. Don't let your waist sink. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Good. Stretch from the outer shoulder armpits into the middle three knuckles. Keep the space in between the blades. Don't sink the chest to the floor. Look in between your hands. Step walker, hop up to the front. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Inhale into chair pose, bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Stand and release your arms at your side. Inhale, chair pose, bend knees, sit back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot for warrior one this time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hold in your down dog and breathe. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or float up to the front of your mat. Inhale, Ardha, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale into chair pose, bend your knees, sit your hips back. Bring your left hand onto your left outer hip. I'm sorry, right hand onto your right outer hip. Keep the left arm up. Then sit both hips back a little bit deeper. But keep lifting from the front of the pelvis up towards your left pinky. Then hook your left elbow onto your right knee. Press the elbow down and lift from the front of the pelvis up into the chest. Join the palms together. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knee, sit back. Bring your left hand onto your left outer hip, but sit both hips back evenly. Then hook your right elbow onto your left knee, and as you press the elbow down, lift through the front of the pelvis, join the palms together. And fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, chair pose, last round. Stand and release your arms down at your side. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Bring your right heel up onto the inside of your left thigh. Then join your palms together. Once you're steady, raise your arms up. Then bring your hands back down. Lower your leg back down. Change sides. Bring your left heel up onto the inside of your right thigh. And join your palms together. So your hips point, frontal hip bones point straight ahead. Let the navel release back, and then once you're steady, raise the arms up. Then bring your arms back down and lower your leg back down. All right, now turn to your side and separate your legs wide apart. Spread your arms out, Utthita Hasta Padasana. Okay, so I mentioned that by activating the third eye, we can actually help to release stuck areas in the body. So as you hold in this position, bring your left hand, your middle finger and index finger right to your third eye. And you can gently tap or just rest your fingers there to cue that spot to soften. And as you soften there, see if you can reach and spread through your legs into your feet better and release tension that you're holding as you're standing here. So wherever you feel it, across your inner legs, your groins, your hips, soften from there to create more space, maybe in your shoulders. Okay, now re-extend the left arm, eyes open, but see if you can still go back into that feeling of softening from there into where it feels like you're holding tension that you don't need to. Then turn your left toes in slightly, turn your right leg all the way out, and reach out for triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. As you reach out a triangle, for sure you feel some sensation, maybe in the back of the leg, maybe in the hip, maybe across the right inner leg. So now, as you hold here, from that place of your forehead, soften and go right into where you're feeling the sensation and breathe into it. And keep softening from the forehead into there to allow the body to let go of that tension. Keep expanding through the spine. through the heart, open, but soften from your forehead. And inhale, come back up. Turn your feet to the other side. It's kind of a cool trick. It works pretty well. Turn the right toes in, turn the left leg all the way out. And then start to reach out. It's even more powerful in the seated poses I've found. Good, so right from your forehead, where your third eye is, soften there into where you're feeling the stretch in your leg. See if you can find a bit more space and opening that way. And then reach down into your feet and come all the way up to stand. Step your back foot forward for mountain. Good, inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Then step your left foot back about 3.5 feet for Parsvottanasana. So Stacy can get a flat back up on the fingertips, but you might need blocks or even a chair to put your hands up onto to get a flat back on your body. Get that length of the spine. And now, for sure, you're gonna feel some sensation as you're holding here. So soften from that third eye spot right into the backs of the legs. Let them spread into the soles of the feet. Reach the sit bones back and reach forward through the sides of your chest. Then as you exhale, navel in, fold even deeper, walk the hands back, let the head drop. Now I'm not going to say this repeatedly because it'll start to sound redundant, but you know how to work now from your third eye, so keep practicing that. Inhale, come back up into a flat back position. Step your left foot forward and step your right foot back. Good, come up onto fingertips or blocks or chair or stool or scaffolding, whatever you need to get the flat back. And then fold all the way. Navel in, let your head drop. Inhale into the flat back position again. Step your back foot forward and fold forward now. Just let your head drop. Inhale, make a flat back, lengthen. Step back to down dog or take a vinyasa. Then set your knees down and set your elbows down, interlock your hands. Curl your toes under, lift your knees, lift your hips up. Five breaths here. Reach down through your big toe mounds, draw from the inner thighs up. Then slowly with control, walk your feet back into plank position. Good, then set the hips down onto the floor, Sphinx pose, let your chest open. Then bend your right knee and point your right big toe up towards the ceiling. And if possible, reach back with your right hand to take a hold of your foot. If it's too much strain on your lower back or your knee, don't worry about it. Just keep your right elbow where it is. Just work on bending the knee itself without any hold of the hand. Change sides. Then release that. Lower your chest back down onto the mat and come up into up dog. Inhale. Stretch back to down dog. Then come into a seated position. Sit with your legs stretched straight out in front of you. Sit up tall. Then hug your right knee in towards your chest and cross your right ankle onto the outside of your left knee. Wrap your left arm around your knee and twist. So look for the length of your spine first. Grow tall. Find your sit bones rooting down into the floor instead of tucking under. And release. Change sides. Come back to center, stretch your left leg out. Then bend your right knee off to the side. Turn to face your left inner leg. And then start to fold forward over the inner leg, but aim towards your big toe. Now, if possible, take your foot with your left hand and rest your forehead onto a block or blocks. Now, you might not have the flexion in your spine to be able to go this deep and to rest the head. That's fine, you don't have to. You can just go to where you go and then practice activating from the third eye into where you're feeling the sensation. But if you actually have the ability to rest your forehead onto something, then it's a really powerful connection into the third eye and helps to create an energetic seal for the body. And come back up and change sides. So we've modified the classic pose just a little bit by going onto the inside because it's a little bit easier to go deeper. In the classic pose, you go towards the outer foot. So if possible, take the foot with your right hand and rest your forehead. You can kind of like Lincoln log it and build up blocks so that they're the right size. But don't force yourself to get to the block. You might just be working on angling yourself forward just a little, or just work on your upright seat. Inhale, come back up. Nice. Then cross your legs in front of you, or take double pigeon, where you stack the shins like I'm doing. But whichever one you do, let's try to fold forward and rest the forehead onto something. Let's see, this is a little high for you. How about there? Then inhale, come back up. Change the cross of your legs. And start to fold forward again. So you have the extension through your spine, that's there. You're still elongating the whole spine forward and down. But then, as much as you can, soften. Just soften into the pose. Then come back up and lie down onto your back for corpse pose. Final relaxation, meditation, Shavasana. So by activating the third eye, we're gaining clarity in our inner and outer vision. But also we're learning to see things from the point of view as the witness or the observer. Instead of being attached in an unhealthy sense, we're learning to observe our experience from this different viewpoint. So the way that we practice that in meditation is by literally practicing being closer to the soul, the experience of the soul, by practicing witnessing and observing. So as you first lie down for your meditation, allow yourself to just take in all the sounds. Then start to feel the sensation as the breath is moving in and out through your nose. As the thoughts come and go, instead of getting caught up with the thoughts, if you catch yourself identifying with the thoughts, no longer in the place of observer, witness, no worries. On your next exhale, just come back to observing and watching the sensation of the breath. And now you can shift your viewpoint to experiencing thoughts coming in and out instead of being identified with the thoughts. And the more we practice this, the more in touch we become with our inner guidance, our own inner wisdom. And our intuition. Take a slightly fuller, deeper breath in and out through your nose. Then gently bend the knees. Roll over to your side and pause there for a moment. And then press yourself up to seated. Bring your palms together. Thank you. Namaste. All right, great job today. I'll see you tomorrow for the final chakra.